All right, guys, we want to do a quick overview of the Rev Tent now that we've had some time and we've got some use out of it. We've spent 7 nights in it. 6 of those were out hunting, and then 1 we did at Grand Canyon where we put it on our UTV and took it out there. We took it on a recent hunting trip for elk hunt, and yeah, we just wanted to kind of go over some pros, some cons, kind of show you guys how easy it is to set up now that we've got some experience with it, and show you kind of more dimensions maybe with both of us in it of what you could expect if you pick one of these up.
Yeah, it takes about 20 minutes to set up a full camp and take back down a full camp when you are using this. This itself only takes about 5 minutes.
Yeah, so it was really nice with our elk hunt because we were able to just I could pick this thing up, throw it on the roof rack, and we'd have our camp moved to a totally different location, hoping for some elk, and in no time at all. So that was super versatile and easy to use and comfortable. I mean, there was one night that we slept next to some wild horses out there, and that night I didn't sleep the best, but every other night except for that one I slept amazing. We were just you get these pictures in your mind of getting trampled by wild horses, and I didn't sleep that good that night.
I was gonna say a 4-inch mattress in this, it really does make a huge difference.
And then in this, keep in mind it looks a little overinflated. We've got 2 pillows in here. They're queen.
Yeah, they're queen size.
Yeah,
pillows.
so they're even bigger than a lot of what people would use. And then there's 3 blankets in here.
Yeah.
There's we have a heated blanket that we hook into. It's a solar energy thing that we can charge off a cigarette lighter and everything, because I don't like getting cold. And then we've got 2 other throws in there and 2 pillows in there. And before we even had more blankets. So it's possible to fit in there. It is a little bit tight, and it kind of takes both of us to zip it up. But once you kind of get the air and compress the air out of it, I mean, it's totally doable. I mean, it was super handy to just throw our stuff in there. No, it was going to be dry when we got there. It was just all self-contained. We didn't have to bring other blankets out and worry about them getting dirty or.
The other good part for the female side of things is you're not having to make a bed every single day. It's already made. You just fold it out. It's done.
Yeah.
So that makes a huge difference from a female standpoint, because I know that most females are the ones that are making the beds inside the tent, and that cuts down on this problem because everything's already made and you just fold it up and unfold it. So it's kind of nice. So let's get down to the setting this up. So as you can see, there's a little thing here that kind of pulls up, and the zippers just right here.
Backwards. The unzip here, unvelcro.
All right, ready?
Pull it out. And we found it was a lot easier if we worked together on this. I mean, one person could obviously do it, but these
it just goes a lot faster.
These poles have elastic in them, and so you actually just leave them in their spot. The fabric, your biggest, probably problem you're gonna have is the fabric getting bunched up where it's supposed to slide in. So if you kind of pull it and then push it in, give it a little turn, they seem like they go right in.
And these poles also, they kind of just swing around. So you just kind of...
Yeah, just let them do their thing, and then when you go to put them in, this one goes towards the very back one. Then you just follow it to your next hole.
So these do come with stakes, obviously, too, to be able to stake down. But we kind of found the whole time we were out that we didn't really end up needing the stakes.
Yeah, we didn't ever have to stake it down. We never had high winds or anything to worry about.
Well, and once you're in it and everything else, it's all kind of done. So
it's kind of, and it, I mean, super easy to move and turn things.
Yeah, and then there's also, as you can tell right now too, this is kind of saggy right now. Inside the tent is your rain fly bar, and it goes on each side,
I'll show you guys that real quick.
Is super simple as well.
inside of this, you just kind of take and flip it, and there's a channel that this runs into. I'm kind of showing you guys a visual, but honestly it's something that I've done enough now that I don't even need to see it, I just know right where it's at. There's a little eyelet here on this side, and then you just kind of push and stretch and do your other side. Chelsea's already done it hers.
Yeah, it honestly doesn't take much to do it. So that's the tent setup. It literally doesn't take long at all.
Yeah, and then it comes with these. We'll get them out real quick. They're nothing
just your
super
normal
special,
stakes.
but I mean they're probably a higher grade than some of the stuff out there. We actually never used them, but if you wanted to in high winds, you tie it down, you know, here on both ends, and then obviously down, you know,
down
through the bottom.
And then I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but this goes back over to cover that zipper up to keep it from getting super dirty.
Well, super dirty, and then the rain runs off of that.
Yeah.
And then this comes with some of your guidelines and, you know, some of the stuff to tension those and everything, if you need those. So it's kind of handy. And we just keep that folded up in there. And this little heated blanket we have in here, I think we got it at Costco for like $30.
They're 27. Well, when we bought them, they were at 22, but they went up to like 30 now.
Yeah, so, and it's awesome because it fits in there pretty good. I'll give you guys kind of more of a visual. So this is just kind of what we put on the bottom down here, and we just kind of keep it towards our feet, and there's a little button that there's 4 levels you can turn it off and on. So if you got a solar generator or something that, you know, can do AC power, or even they make these in DC. I know Costco doesn't sell them, but for truckers and stuff like that, they make DC ones that maybe would even take less power. But that's kind of our setup as far as that goes. So pros and cons. What kind of pros and cons do we got?
The con that I would say is here is Carrie and I are both pretty small, so it works for us too. But if you have a lot of gear, it's not super wide and it's not super long. So the downfall that I could see this being for like maybe somebody that's bigger, or if you have a lot of gear and you're trying to keep it all in with you, you're probably only going to fit 1 person in here versus 2. If you've got a lot of gear and stuff like that. Like if Carrie was going out by himself, I mean, perfect size for just him and a lot of gear. For me, that's the first con I would say about it. The pro is it got kind of cold out there, and with just the 2 of us, we were actually able to fit a little heater buddy in there and just keep the pilot light lit and to just kind of keep the air from being so cold. And it worked out really great, and we stayed extremely warm. So it being a 4 seasons tent, like we haven't tried it in the rain obviously yet, just because it hasn't rained really on us. So yeah, super versatile and awesome. Maybe I'll bring this in real quick and we can both get in there and give them a little better idea of what kind of space something like this would have. So the cool thing about this too is on all 4 sides, you've got a zipper that comes open here with no seam nets. I mean, there's 3 layers of that. So you've got your rain fly that is here, and then your no seam, and then the inner layer that does that. And then we've got some hooks here. We were able to put some headlamps on, string lights. I know, anyways, everybody's into that. And then on this side, there's 3 more of them. So it's kind of an inside view of what we had going on. And I slept super awesome. The 4-inch foam. I mean, it's like 1.5 inches of, a heavier layer foam. And then the other 2.5 inches was actual foam. So I don't know, pretty comfortable. I didn't have any complaints there. No complaints on the mattress at all, because honestly, it's really comfortable. I honestly, not gonna lie, I don't know if it was just not having our kids with us or what, but I slept almost just as good as I sleep in my bed.
Yeah, I slept amazing.
I slept really good. So I cannot complain about the mattress at all. I mean, I will say this though, if you do buy a tent like this, the mattress has like a silk type cover over it that's like a waterproof type thing. Most definitely put a sheet on that, because it is colder without a sheet on it.
And you slide around.
And you slide around, and your blankets tend to slide around a lot more. So highly recommend either purchasing the sheet that C6 actually has.
Yeah, it's like a fitted sheet
for
this.
For it, because it has like little grooves where it meets in the middle because it folds. Or just finding an old sheet that will work. But I would highly recommend putting a sheet over that because that's going to make a huge difference for you in your blanket sliding around and stuff and keeping yourself a little bit warmer as well.
Yeah, it made a big difference. The first night we just had this on top of that and it was moving all over the place. But now that we have the sheet, it worked a lot better. And this is like, I don't know what kind of material. It's like a flannel, whatever. Forget the name of it.
The first night too, we ever slept in it, we put us and the 2 kids in here too, so it was a little bit different.
It worked.
So it worked because our kids are really small and we're really small, so it was okay. But honestly, it was a little bit of a tight fit for sure. So
yeah, I wouldn't want to do multiple nights like that. I could maybe squeeze 2 nights or something like that.
But, and it would have to be when it's warmer outside and you know it's not going to be bad weather because your gear is going to have to really remain outside because it can't fit in the tent with you.
Yeah, there's no way we'd fit our Pecron, which is our solar generator, and that stuff in there. But for cold weather, they don't recommend those solar generators get used under a certain temperature. So there's kind of some stuff that, you know, we had to bring in on this last one because we saw temperatures as low as 26 degrees, I think. 24, 26.
Yeah.
So it wasn't super cold, but it was cold enough to, you know, make the air cold in here.
Yeah.
And so when we put that pilot light on the heater, buddy, it worked great. I mean, just to keep the chill out of the air. And then this thing, I wasn't worried about carbon monoxide or anything in here because, I mean, it breathes enough that no headaches, you know, it's not like it was heavy air in here or anything like that. So that was a good thing. And there was a slight breeze blowing, I think one night that cooled things down a little bit too. And we slept in a little lower area, kind of at a creek bottom or something like that, that brought it in.
Was a little bit,
But let's show you guys how easy it is to fold up now and put away. So obviously, if you had it staked down, there'd be a little more time in doing that, but we never really had an issue with it. But you just pretty much reverse what you did. Put these here. And then we'll stick our pillows. And these aren't small pillows. They're like, it's a long pillow, and then I think one of these is like a memory foam style pillow, so they're kind of a denser material already. But I put them right there where it folds next to each other, and then you just zip everything up.
And just when you're zipping up that last layer, that last door, if you kind of hold it in the center and zip up each side to the center, it works a little bit better so you're not getting caught in material just because it now is not tight because that ring is
Yeah, makes a difference.
Yeah.
We like our zippers all meeting at the top and the middle.
Yeah. Then you just go ahead and pull these poles back out.
Sometimes those get a little bit stuck, but the more that we've used it, the easier it seems like it's getting. You just kind of pop them out of the hole or the eyelet.
And then these just kind of go just like this. You kind of just place
cross
them
over each other to where they're not, crossed like this, but they're parallel.
They're not banging on each other.
Yeah, but honestly, I thought, we need to hold these and make sure they're perfect, but it hasn't been an issue at all.
Yep.
Oh, actually, we need to go on top of the pillows this way.
Yep. Ready?
Yep. So this is probably the hardest part because we have extra gear in here. I don't rush this part of it because you want to get some of the air out of the tent before you really start working, against yourself. So give it a minute. I'm sure we could open one of the doors or, the end doors on that side and it would help. But it'll evacuate that air. See, she's already starting to zip hers up.
Well, my size. Pretty. You also want to make sure that when you're zipping this up as well, that you're not getting any of that material caught in that zipper. So as we go through, we kind of tend to like, you know, push stuff up in and kind of block where things are at so that it's not getting stuck in that zipper.
Interrupting my video. I'll have to call him back. But yeah, I kind of use my knee and then, like Chelsea was saying, grab from the inside, and I'll make sure the material's not there, and I'll just start zipping away. Once you get started, it gets even easier. It's kind of getting this initial part over it since we've got those extra blankets and pillows and everything in there.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Okay.
Then once you kind of get to this corner part, this is kind of where we tend to stand it up.
I put the stakes just right here so they're handy.
Just kind of pull it closer. And
Stand it up and zip it the rest of the way up.
mm-hmm. Just still making sure that material doesn't get caught in it.
And if you do get some in it, like I did, just barely, just back it up, give it a little tug. And
Just like normal zipper. And then this just folds back over it. And Velcro's down so that you keep that zipper without that dirt in it so that you're not creating issues for that zipper down the road. So
there you have it.
that's pretty much the C6 Scout Rev Tent in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Some pros and some cons.
If you guys have any other questions on anything, I mean we actually, one day, this was on top of the FJ, and we got in a pretty good rain, and so it was kind of a test to see, and all our gear was dry in there.
Everything was dry.
It didn't downpour for a long period of time, but it was enough that something could have got damp.
Yeah.
And then one morning we actually put it away, and it was before the sun came up, and so there was some dew on the inside of it and stuff. It wasn't very much, but when we got home from the hunting trip, we decided let's, unfold it, let it dry out. So we just, did it up real quick, put a fan in there, and it was actually wet. I mean, we didn't get home till later that evening, so it's something that you don't want to trap any moisture in this thing and have it smelling or making any mold or anything like that.
Yeah,
but that's with any tent or anything that's going to have condensation on it. So it's just a natural thing that you want to be aware of.
Yeah. I also know that C6 does on their website. C6 does have some cleaning tips if you do get it dirty or whatever, to kind of clean it up a little bit better if it's like something more on the extreme side. Honestly, this has stayed pretty clean for us. Just a little bit of dust and some water and some condensation, like you said.
Dead bugs on the front of it from being on top of the FJ going 80 down the highway.
Yeah. But we've just been able to take a little vacuum to the top of it and kind of get the dust back off of it. So, all in all, you guys, this honestly is a really awesome tent. Like, I love it. Honestly,
super versatile.
It's super versatile. It's super easy to pick up and move from camp to camp. You don't have to feel like, oh my gosh, do we have to move camp again type thing.
Yeah.
It's really, really convenient.
Yeah, and
it's very convenient.
Our camp consisted of, like, I've got a little table that we bring with us. We had a coffee maker, a little griddle that we cooked on, and then I actually put the heater buddy in here, kind of in the middle, and put it on its lowest setting, and I warmed the burritos up in tinfoil on it. So it was kind of nice because we were able to be in there kind of cooking and keeping warm and doing our thing. So
keeping it minimal is awesome though. Like, honestly, some of the best camping trips I've ever had is being as minimal as possible, because it's less work when you come home.
Yeah, when we came home, it was 40 minutes or something. We're all in and then ready to go again.
And I just basically took all the bedding out, threw it in the washer, washed it, and put it all back on. So it was really nice.
We really didn't have to do. She was worried about it. I was like, hey, we can get a couple more weeks out of that.
No, for sure not. But yeah, that's kind of it in a nutshell. If you guys do have any questions, don't hesitate to let us know. And if you kind of want to know what kind of camping gear we take with us, and where we've got our camping gear too, don't hesitate to ask those questions, and I can be sure to kind of send you in the right direction, or Carrie can send you in the right direction. Yeah. Like he said, have to have the coffee maker, so I took my percolator. So yeah, if you guys want to know anything about that kind of stuff that we take, though, just let us know. And if you want any more information on this awesome tent here, also let us know. Well, thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, till next time.
Yeah.
Bye.